Hello everyone, Brendon Snyder here. How are you? Today we're going to take a look at the release by the band Smile, which is a pre-Queen band that has Roger Taylor, the drummer, and Brian May on guitar. This was before Freddie Mercury and before John Deacon, but this is the precursor to Queen, and this cool little mini LP, Japanese style mini LP that I picked up, I want to talk to you guys about and show you. Part of the reason that I picked this up and why this is something that I think that is worthwhile and maybe on your radar is, of course, with the Bohemian Rhapsody movie that came out and the soundtrack that went along with it and how successful this was. The third track that's on here is called Doing All Right Revisited. And I didn't know much about this at the time, but I got the soundtrack and I saw that and I said, well, what does this mean, revisited, sort of a thing? So I looked it up and did a little research and found out that this was a pre-Queen song. Even though that song does appear on the first Queen album, they did, or that song came from their previous group, Smile. And the bassist and singer, Tim Staffel, was the vocalist for that and a co-writer of that track. And so for the movie itself, they actually went back into the studio, Brian May and Roger Taylor, with Tim Staffel and recorded a new version of that today. And that's what's on the soundtrack. And when I heard that, I thought, wow, this is really cool early Queen sounding music with this other vocalist. So what is this stuff out there? And I did a little bit of research and I found out that the band had done a couple recording sessions and did professionally record 6 tracks for Mercury Records that ultimately didn't come out, but were around and were available, kind of a thing. And they have had a couple official releases. I believe in the early 80s there was a vinyl release, and then there was a CD release in the mid 90s somewhere, I think it was 97, kind of a thing. This one here is another one of those, whether it be a real Japanese edition or a fake Japanese edition that's doing it, but this one here is, I'm quite sure, not official, but what is official about it is the recordings that are on it, and they're very high quality recordings. They were done in '69 and 1970, and there were 2 sessions, 3 tracks apiece, for a total of 6 tracks. And the opening track on here is the song Doing All Right, and that's on here. And that, of course, is the original version, and it's great to compare that one against the soundtrack for the Bohemian Rhapsody movie that came out, that was the revisited version that has the same 3 guys, including the singer, but having done it, presently done it today, kind of a thing. And so the 6 tracks that are on this release here, Doing All Right, Blag, April Lady, Polar Bear, Earth, and Step on Me, all are very early Queen sounding style tracks. And if you're a fan of Queen and you're interested in this, this is a really great collection of early material, very Brian May centric, with some great lead guitar work on it. And you can hear, bits of things that are in there that got later used on other tracks and stuff, styles that he played in, or little breakdown moments before a guitar lead or something to that nature. But the cool thing about this one, and the reason I picked up this one instead of, say, trying to search out the 1997 CD release, which actually had a horrible album cover, and that was part of it. I looked at this, and I'm much more about packaging and stuff like that, and so I wanted to pick up something that both looks good aesthetically as well as has great sound quality, and so I chose to focus on this mini Japanese LP style release, even though this is probably an unofficial release of it, and as I say, albeit the official music that's on it. But the reason being is that there are actually a total of 18 tracks that's on this, and the other tracks, because there are 6 tracks that are from Smile, so the other tracks that are on here, the other 12 tracks are a smattering of stuff that also includes the pre-Smile group 1984 with Brian May. And there's a bunch of live takes with cover songs and things like that in here. And then there is actually a song called The Man from Manhattan, which is done by the band 1984, but then is a later re-recorded version of it that has an early Freddie Mercury on it, although that never turned up on anything. So I'm going to run through the track listing real quick just so you can hear them. The first 6 of these are from the Smile release: Doing All Right, Blag, April Lady, Polar Bear, Earth, and Step on Me. Then the next 2 tracks, The Man from Manhattan, which is the original, and The Man from Manhattan Back Again, which is the one with Freddie Mercury on it. And then you've got the next tracks 9 through 18, which are the ones that are that hit the band 1984, which is even before Smile. So an even earlier precursor to Queen. And you've got the tracks Hold On, I'm Wrong, Knock on Wood, NSU, How Can It Be, Step on Me, Take One, and Step on Me, Take Two, Purple Haze, Our Love is Drifting, Remember, and Sweet Wine. And so this is the front cover, and of course the back cover, and then it does come with one of these Japanese fold-out things. And the cool thing is with this is that it's got this huge write-up, both sides all in English, so you're not being shortchanged out of any of this being half in Japanese or something of that nature, which is pretty cool. And then you do get the sleeve that this comes in with the disc that's in it on the Mercury label, kind of a thing, and it's got all the lyrics and everything on the back side of it there. So it's a pretty cool package that you get. And again, I point out that this is more than likely an unofficial release, not a true licensed Japanese mini LP style that it is made to look like. So if you are concerned about those things, be aware of that going into this. Don't get pulled into it if you don't want something like that. Myself as the fan, I wanted to hear the material. I wanted a nice looking package, so I went on eBay and picked this up. It was 12 bucks, I think, give or take, and $5 or $6 in shipping for it. But there you go, something early from Queen. It shows the original 6 tracks that they recorded, but then there's even some earlier stuff that's on there. All right, I hope you enjoyed this, and if you did, please remember to comment, like, and subscribe. Let me know your thoughts, and I hope everyone has a great day. Take care, everyone. Bye-bye.